back. I am here showing you Project Life 2020. It's my first part of August. As I've said before, I basically do my layouts in just order. I don't necessarily have a week to week that I'm doing them in. I just want to make sure that they are in a particular order so that they chronologically fit in the album. But I wasn't taking as many pictures last year and especially this year. I'm trying to take more pictures this year, so hopefully my album will be a bit more full, but it's just been hard. There's just not been a whole lot to do, but things are opening up as we have seen, so that should make a difference and keep us a lot more busy. And I also want to apologize for not having a video up for quite some time. Life has just gotten a little crazy. Work has been super busy, and just with spring and everything like that, getting out in the garden, working in the yard, that kind of thing, hasn't left a lot of time to do scrapbooking. But I am back today to share this first part of August of last year. This one I took a 6x6 paper pad and cut up the 3x4 and the 4x6 cards. And I am using some sticker sheets from my stash. There's a chipboard sticker sheet and a cork sticker sheet. And I think they went well with this particular color in the cardstock, so I wanted to pull those out. I think they're kind of more of a birthday theme, these little chipboard pieces, but because I had a piece of cake, it worked perfectly, and the colors worked really well with the paper that I'm using. With the chipboard pieces, I always use a little adhesive on the back of them. I don't trust the adhesive that comes with them. I find a lot of chipboard pieces at the bottom of my pocket, so I always add a little extra adhesive. I've had these cork pieces in my stash for quite some time. I think I got them from Tuesday Morning probably a couple years ago, and I wanted to definitely use them on this layout. They're pretty generic themed, and they went well with what I was doing today. So the photos are pretty generic photos, nothing too exciting. We went to the bookstore and looked at some magazines. My daughter got a snow cone, that's why her tongue is blue. We zoomed with my parents for a bit, and the typical, you know, with the animals in the photos. I think that's pretty much what I feel like I take pictures of mostly, especially in 2020 and especially at the beginning part of 2021. My camera roll was full of pictures of my cats laying on me or my dogs laying on me on the couch. So that's about how exciting it's been the last several months, but it definitely is getting a bit more busy. So hopefully I'll get some more interesting photos to share with you. So I'm just looking at this sheet of chipboard pieces again, just trying to find some pieces that will go with the layout. They are kind of a birthday theme, but I think they still went well. I thought this little high speech bubble would be cute with my mom on the Zoom call. So I added that there on that. And that's just a screen print of our Zoom call. And I thought that whoa was perfect since my daughter's tongue was super blue. So it went really well with that layout or that card or picture as well. And I really like these not chipboard, I'm sorry, the cork pieces. I like the texture, so just a little bit different than some of the other textures I'm using on the page. And then the chipboard has that thicker texture too, but they're not too thick, which is nice. I had some of these little cupcake stickers, which I thought would look good with the cake picture. And again, something in my stash for quite some time. These are October afternoon stickers. Again, something that I've had in my stash for quite some time, but I thought the colors looked well with or went well with the layout. And just kind of randomly finding things that look good on different places of the page. And to be honest, I've been totally hoarding these October afternoon stickers. I love October afternoon. I cannot believe that they're not in business anymore. And it's really hard for me to use these pieces, but I've decided that, they're not doing any good sitting in my bin. So I might as well get them on the page so I can enjoy them that way. This little die cut piece I think I got in an old Scraptastic kit. It just says let the sun shine. And those stars were cut on my silhouette and I just put them in my stash to use on a layout. So that's where they came from. Just gluing everything down, kind of looking around to see what else I might want to put on this page. I thought that I wanted to add a little bit of journaling. I don't have a lot of places for journaling. With the colors and everything on the cards, I needed to add some space to journal. So I'm just cutting a circle out here, and then I'll add my journaling on and then put it down at the bottom of that photo, I think, or maybe the top, I can't remember. My parents, yeah, I'll put the top. And so I'm just going to add my journaling up there and then I'll trim off the excess, and then I'm going to add a little bit of stickers here for some more texture. These are Mini Market stickers again from October afternoon, and I'm just adding those stickers here on the circle. and then I will glue that to the top of that photo and then snip off the top. I like doing this journaling with the circles and then having it go off the page. I just like how that looks better than if I just put the full circle on the card or the photo, whichever one I'm doing. And I thought I would outline these. I just think that also gives it a little bit more weight, and I like how that looks. So I'll glue that on there and then trim off that extra. And now I'm going to see what other cards I want to use. I do pull out this not Heidi Swap, Ellie Edwards stamp set I got in a Technique Tuesday purchase a long time ago, and I'm going to stamp on this photo. So I want to use StazOn ink. I've tried to use other inks on my photos, but I get my photos printed at Persnickety, and it seems like the StazOn ink is really the only thing that will stay. Otherwise, if I use some of my other dye-based inks, they don't dry. So the Solvent ink, which is the StazOn ink, works pretty well on these photos that I get from Persnickety. And you can see here that it didn't stamp perfectly well, which is totally fine. What I will end up doing is just taking a black marker and filling in some of those pieces that didn't stamp really well. And that's a good trick too. If it doesn't stamp well and you're using black, that's an easy way to kind of correct that without having to like try to double stamp it or mess it up. Another thing that you could use is like a MISTI or a stamp positioner. That would work really well too, because then if it doesn't stamp right the first time, you can re-ink your stamp and then stamp it again without worrying about doing a weird double stamp. I don't have one of those, so I'm just improvising by using my little Sharpie marker, and it worked perfectly. I didn't have any issues doing it this way. So you can see here now it looks filled in, and it looks much better than it did a couple minutes ago. So I want to keep doing a little bit more. I need to add a little bit more journaling. So I'm going to take this white cardstock again, and I'm going to punch out another circle. This time I'm going to use something a little bit smaller. So I'm just going to use this Stampin' Up! Old punch that I had. I will punch that out, and then I'll add a little bit of journaling. And this is going to go on the photo of my daughter, just to kind of say, you know, what's going on with this. So again, I'm just going to trim it off, and then I'm going to put it right above that wow. And then that just adds a little journaling to the page. I have been so terrible about journaling this year and last year. I don't know what's going on with me. I used to be really good. I would at least journal a little bit every day or every couple of days. I think that when you journal kind of in the moment, the journaling is so much more relevant. Now, when I go back and journal, you know, weeks or months later, it's a lot more, I don't know, fact-based, or just kind of like, oh, we went to the bookstore, or we got a snow cone, or we got this piece of cake. When I journal real time, I don't know, the journaling is just much better. So I need to start doing that more. I need to definitely get out and remind myself to journal more, so that when I do my Project Life stuff later on, I can have more meaningful journaling. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I will talk to you again very soon. Bye, everybody.